That's a wide body. That's a wide body. That's a wide body.
Yo, Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM. I am your host, CJ. And as you see by this title right here, new season, same result, a big fat L. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. When I tell you I started off the game, my wife was out here making Facebook posts about me, like, yeah, I know it's football season. When my husband is in it, all I can hear is his annoying ass clapping, this, that, and the third. And then it just went to like dead silence. And then the weather delay didn't make it any better. I'm like, well, damn, is it lightning in the damn stadium? Like, if not, like, get the show on the road. Like, come on, let's go. Just frustrating all around. I mean, all around. But when I tell you, Panther Nation, nothing, and I mean nothing about this game gave me any kind of hope. Any kind of hope, for the rest of the season. And when I say that, I don't want y'all to be like, oh, panicking and all that good stuff. I'm going off of what I saw. Okay, going off of what I saw out there yesterday, and that was definitely not what I expected. Okay, a whole off season, of me sitting up here, I think this is going to be this way. I think that's going to be that way. This is a good signing. That is a good signing. This ain't going to be like last year. That ain't going to be like last year. And in the first game of the season, the Panthers went out there and were just like, yeah, nah, you shouldn't have got your hopes up because this is the same thing you'll see year in and year out. And I ain't gonna lie, and that's how I feel right now. I hope it gets better. Okay, but to be honest with you, I don't have any reason right now to believe that we're going to see anything that much better out of this team based off of what I saw yesterday. Okay, based off of what I saw yesterday, I don't have much hope. Okay, I really, 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 really don't. But that's just my spiel, here real quick. I really appreciate everybody for joining me. Okay. On your way in, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. All right. You can catch me on all social media at Armchair GMCJ. And as always, everybody, I appreciate all the love and support. All right. So I think I got a couple comments here. SC Pace, for what's going on? Said, what's good, CJ? Pulling up real quick before I head to my night classes. LOL. Have ever already on that enemy spotlight? Well, you know what? Yeah, he's gonna have to be on the enemy spotlight next week. Let me say it's probably gonna be it's probably gonna be a couple Panthers on the enemy spotlight next week, man. I'm telling you, this was an absolute mess, an absolute mess. Let me say, if I gotta put Evero up there, if I gotta put Evero up there, I'm putting Nick Scott up there. I'm putting Bryce up there. I'm putting all of them up there. If Canales can go up there too. At this supposed 3-4 defense that we run, all of that can go up there, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I appreciate you, man. Hey, good luck with your classes, big dog. Good luck. Solar Biscuit, what's going on? Offense didn't even look like they were ready for a preseason game, let alone week one. Facts, big facts, big facts. And I've heard a lot of people talking today about Canales, his decisions to play them in the preseason. The way that he did. And me, I'm sitting here like, okay, well, you know what? He's the coach. Let's let him do what he do. But it really looks like they went out there and they were unprepared. They really, 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 really looked unprepared. And I mean from start to finish, from offense to defense. The only people that really went out there and did what they supposed to do were the damn special teams. You know what I mean? And they didn't really, have to do all that much. I mean, it would have been nice if they would have to do more. We had more scores, more opportunity to score. You know what I mean? But yeah. It was a mess, y'all. It was straight a mess. And hold on one second. Let me see if I can't get my camera to refocus here. There we go. All right. Rock Jones, what's going on with you? Horrible feeling today being a Panthers fan. Canales looked defeated in his presser. Man, yes. Yes. He looked absolutely defeated. Absolutely defeated. But sometimes I feel like it's his own doing. Like I know you want to be super positive. I know you want to get out there and all and and I feel like I do the same thing on this podcast here. I'm saying, okay, you know what? Well, this entire game was bad, but this one thing, but I'm gonna mention all the bad, but I'm gonna mention this one thing too. We're gonna take this one thing and we're gonna try to work on that. You know what? Now it's just like, all right, Dave. Like my thing is get up there on the podium and tell us you cussed all of them out. Every last one of them. Tell us you took Evero into a side room or somewhere and closed the door, and everybody heard you tell him that his defense ain't shit. You know what I mean? Hell, my thing is this: let us hear that you took Bryce in the room, somewhere, and like, bruh, what are you doing out there? And I hope at the same time somebody pull him aside, by themselves and be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's enough of it to go around, man. It's enough of it to go around. But yeah, man, let me tell you, this has been a long off season. This has been one long ass off season to have week one go like this. Very long. We put a lot of work, a lot of effort. Get up here talking. You guys get up here, y'all listen, y'all make your comments. You come up here and join me sometime. Man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating as hell. I swear it is. Yeah. Let me see. D Nice 2G. What's going on with you? Facts Canales out coached bad. Yes. Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Defense honestly played well given how many turnovers offense had. Still bad on the run. Yeah, now I would give you that, okay? I will give you that. I don't want to sit here and diminish the 200 yards that they gave up. I heard a lot of people say, well, if you take was ETN had 71 on that one play. So he had 43. You take the 71, he's got what I mean, he had 143. If you take the 71, he's got what 72 yards or whatever. My thing is, you're not going to see Saquon Barkley go out there and run for 150 yards. And one of those runs is an 80-yard run, and then everybody be like, well, technically he only had 70 yards because one of his runs was 80 yards. No, no, he had 150 yards, and Travis Etienne had 143 damn yards. Okay, Tank Bigsby, and the crazy thing is, I put this on my enemy spotlight on the preview. I had two running backs, Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne. As who the Panthers would need to stop in order to have a chance in this game. Okay, and and not to say that that was the only reason. Okay, it was a lot more to it, but that was still not what you wanted to see your team go out there and give up 200 yards game one of the season. If I'm not mistaken, this is, I want to say they're in double digits now, or almost in double digits for how many 200-yard games they have given up as a team. This defense, and that's straight. I want to say it's close to 10 games, 10 games straight that this defense has given up 200 yards rushing. Yeah, and it's just it's pitiful. It's pitiful. Let me see. Young Soldier One, what's going on? Said, why did we not throw the goal line fade to the 6'5" receiver instead of our video vixen on the 4th and 1? Not the video vixen. That I don't know. That I really don't know. And here's my thing. When Dave was calling those plays, okay, I don't have a problem with you doing 3 straight runs on, trying to get a yard, a half a yard, or however the hell, well, whatever the hell the distance it was. It wasn't much. I think it was less than a yard. Okay. But you go out there. My thing is, you go out there, you put two tight ends in the game. You bring Brady Christensen in as an extra tight end. Put in your big package. Put Bryce under center. Turn around and hand the damn ball off to Chuba Hubbard like that. You know what I mean? Or put him and Rico in the backfield. Get creative. Run a bootleg. Jacksonville did it to us. They ran the damn bootleg with not Strange, but the other tight end. And I'll be damned if Nick Scott, Christian Roseboom, and Trevin Wallace, all of them just stood still until he got wide open, and then Nick Scott decided, oh well, let me try to run over here and see if I can't do something. But it was too late. You know what I mean? And then on fourth down, you go empty set. Like, no, 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 no. And then we can't excuse Bryce on the play. It's just like, bruh, like, why? Why in God's name do you throw the ball out of bounds on fourth down? Like, if you don't get the ball, if you don't make the play, they're getting the ball anyway. Make a throw. I mean, Jatavian Sanders was right there. He was open. Bryce missed him. Okay, but my thing is this: throw the ball in the end zone. And just like you said, young soldier, why not throw the ball up to on the fade to our number one pick in Tedero with McMillan? Something. All right. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with running the ball 3 straight times to try to get in the end zone from at least a first down from that short of a distance. But my thing is like, hey, you got more plays to run than just trying to do everything out of that damn shotgun set. You know what I mean? I get you have Bryce back there in the shotgun set if that's more comfortable him when he's out there passing the damn ball. But my thing is get him up on the center, hike the damn ball, and use your big guys and run the ball down their throat and get the first down and hopefully get a touchdown. So yeah, young soldier. I don't know. I don't know. Nada, what's going on? I'm not sure about our head coach. Him and Bryce not on the same plan. Nah, they absolutely not. They are absolutely not. And I said this, I talked to Tony earlier, and I said this to him, and I said this over on PPP's live last night. Shout out to Panthers Prime podcast with my good buddy Prime. My thing is this. So, even like with Bryce, when he went over to the sideline, he got all mad, and Dave is sitting there trying to rub him on the back of the damn head, oh, it's gonna be nah, man. You know what? My thing is Bryce get mad, shit, you need to get mad too, man. Let me tell you, you need to get mad, but they are not, they are not on the same page. And he said, he will never share that stuff to all of us or whatever. And I respect that, but still, yeah. What up, Uncle Leroy? How you doing there, big dog? Say howdy, Curtis Payne. What's going on? Let me see. D Nice 2G said that's ironic how the special teams was good but looked bad in the preseason. Yeah, 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 yeah. You right. Uncle Leroy said what was we looking at yesterday? With what I watched yesterday, I'd rather been Ray Charles on the keys, man. It's funny. It's funny you say Ray Charles on the keys because I got a slide that might make you laugh for that. So just hang tight. Dave should feel that way. He got out old and okay, I got you, by a rookie head coach. Yeah, he did. He did. He really did. And my thing is, now mind you, Dave calls the plays. These guys got to go out there and execute. But y'all let me know if I'm wrong in thinking that the play calling that we saw the latter part of the season, okay, was a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, oh, a lot more, not say versatile, but a lot more, damn, I can't think. Y'all know what I was thinking about, but it was a lot more to it. It's a lot more exotic, maybe not really exotic, but it was more to the play calling. Different formations, different sets. We saw them line up, in big sets and get short yards on short yard situations and get the short yards. You know what I mean? But it looked like to me, now not the entire game, not the entire game. Shoot, Chuba got out the gates and was running the ball, and then all of a sudden it's like we gave up on the run. You know what I mean? Then when we get down there and try to get a touchdown in the red zone, my thing is, okay, cool, run the ball, but damn, run them out the right sets, Dave. Everything ain't got to be a run out that damn shotgun. And then you get on, like I said, get on fourth down, empty set, and then y'all see what happened. So yeah, I don't know. Bryce and Dave look like twins, the drunk and miserable twins. Uncle Leroy says blessings, chat. QJ Smith, what's going on? Only good thing about Sunday is at least we know McMillan is going to be a star. Yes, yes, he is. Get a real offensive coordinator. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I'm leaning that way as well. I mean, my jury. I'm not going to, make a decision on Dave as a play caller just yet. Because like I said, I like what I saw from him the end of last season. Hell, I like what I saw from him when, Andy Dalton was playing. You know what I mean? But it just didn't look quite the same today. And no disrespect to the Jaguars. If there any Jaguar fans watching, I highly doubt it. But no disrespect to the Jaguars. But to me, I didn't see anything that the Jaguars did yesterday that just, would have blew any other team out of the water. You get what I'm saying? And I know they were playing us. We are the lowly Carolina Panthers. But my thing is, I don't see them going out there and playing this exact game against somebody else. And it's just like, oh, they're out there dominating. We screwed ourselves royally, play after play, possession after possession. Yeah. Say, and the Falcons losing. Yeah. I would usually I'd be like, oh, well, the Falcons lost, man. I can't even use that to make myself feel good, man. They were in it to win it, or at least get the tie. But they got screwed by let me not say that. They got screwed by what is it Young Wei Cool, Young Ho Cool, however you say that the kicker's name. But yeah, I don't think Dave wanted to coach Bryce. He just wanted the job. Bryce ain't his QB. You know what? Hey, a lot of people been saying that. Might be right. Might actually be right. I spent almost 1K in Charlotte at Fan Fest. I want to whoop somebody that. Woo! Good Lord, what in the hell did you get? Let me tell you, I bought what was it? Shit, $20 worth of tickets, and that was it. And paid for parking. That was about it. Said I almost shed a tear on Sunday. Man, let me tell you, I'm not gonna cry over no football, but I ain't gonna lie. I was back here in the office. I was pissed. Oh, I was hot. I was mad. I feel you. Let me see. Sit that damn Nick Scott down. Nick Scott. Yeah, but you know what though? Mind you, I still think that there's a better option, than Nick Scott at that free safety spot on this defense. But I mean, to be honest with you though, it was issues all around. We can't just single Nick Scott out for this one game. Mind you, I don't think he played all that great, but we can't just single him out. Not after what we saw yesterday. Travis had 70 yards on one play, which Nick Scott missed the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Okay, well, I take back my previous statement. But yeah, hey, but did y'all also notice too? And this is what I say about adjustments. All right, when Jacksonville was running the ball, okay, they got that zone run scheme. The cutback was always there. The cutback was always there. I guarantee you, out of that 143 yards, I promise you, Travis Hunter probably got about 90 of it on the cutback. And like I said, adjustments. They've got to be seeing this. They've got to be looking at the film and see this. Hell, you had an extra hour to sit in there, and wait for the lightning to stop in the area to go back and look at what the hell was going on. Like I said, adjustments. No adjustments. No nothing. It's just the same old, same old. What's up, Mr. Hungry Doris? Said, what is bad? Bryce had more rushing yards than Rico, almost as much as Chuba. Man, let me tell you. But you know what, though? The one thing I want him to do is learn how to slide. Let me tell you. And we gonna talk about that fumble here in a little bit. Let me try to get through most of these comments. Now this is Renfro could have had a TD short pass. He bit the corner. Let me tell you, Renfro could have had 2 touchdowns. Okay. Now on the first one, Bryce did throw the ball short. Now I will give Bryce a little bit of grace on this. I mean a little bit, because Josh Nyman got washed on the play, and Josh Hines Allen was in his face, so he did not have an opportunity to step into that throw. Okay, now mind you, Hunter Renfro got up, got his hand on the ball, did not come down with it. And to be honest with you, me personally, and I was talking with Tony this earlier. I looking at it, I thought it might have been pass interference. I thought the guy got there early. Now, mind you, he did throw his arms up in the air. He didn't really you know, I ain't gonna say he did. He did kind of run into him a little bit. Me personally, I thought he got there a little early. But even still, though, bad pass. Hunter Renfro went up for it. The ball got tipped and didn't catch it. Okay, then there was another pass later on in the game. Hunter Renfro did the same thing again. Now, mind you, Bryce had enough time in the pocket to throw this one, and he threw the damn thing out of bounds. That was another touchdown. Okay, he had beat the corner. The safety was not going to get over there in enough time to keep him from catching that pass. He was at least going to make the catch. Okay, he would at least make the catch. He probably would have scored. I think, like I said, at the very least, it would have been a catch, and the Panthers would have been inside the 10-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, yep. XL can gobble up some raccoon, but you can't block cornerback on 3rd and 1. Man, let me tell you, I saw that play. I saw that play 50 million times, and y'all heard Mark Shalera, and he was talking about, you can't he was like, you catch the ball. He was like, you don't have any spatial awareness, you don't get your feet down. He was like, you six whatever 200 pounds. He was like, and you can't block a corner. He was like, what do we have you out there for? And I'm not gonna lie, when I went back and looked at that, the corner was creeping up. XL was right there. I know he had to have seen him. I know he saw him. I know he saw him. And then when the play took off, it just, I mean, like, I don't know if he took off so fast that he froze XL in his boots or whatever, or in his cleats, I'm sorry. And he doesn't have time to react, but it's just like he just stood there and watched Chuba get tackled. So, but yeah, yeah. We can't guard tight ends to save our life. Yes, our linebackers are a problem. A serious problem. Serious problem. Yes. XL done got some of that gorilla. and now and now he acting like a raccoon. Now he don't know what's going on. Uncle Leroy, you trip, boy. Look, I ain't getting into his personal life. Dave calling plays like a 12-year-old playing Madden. So then people trying to blame XL for the interception, but the DB looking right at you, and you learn not to do that on Madden. Shit is crazy. Yeah, and I actually have that play that I'm going to play here when I get to the slides and stuff, and I got to ask y'all opinion on this as well. All right. Unless we make the playoffs, ready for a reboot with Lenore Sellers. Man, let me tell you, we gonna get in that in a minute too, Rob. All right. Let me see. We need to go no huddle the entire game. That's the only way our offense looks confident. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and my mistake. Hey, shout out to Mr. Hunky Dory for the 10 gifted memberships. I greatly appreciate you as always, Mr. Hunky Dory. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and for all of you guys that got a membership, welcome to the front office. Okay, I am going. I got not really some days off, but I got some more time here at the house this week, and I will be putting something up for all my members here, if not tomorrow, at least by Wednesday. And again, Mr. Hunky Dory, I appreciate all the support as always, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. Said Rock Jones, the predictions are showing drafting the predictions are showing we're drafting him already. Yeah, at this point, hey. No huddle may help getting the plays in and out instead of running the play clock down to 1 second. I don't know what was up with that, but we'll get into that here in a second too. Fire Dave and go get Nick Saban. Saban and Bryce ass in check in Alabama. Man, let me tell you, they would burn that building down if they went and got Saban, man. No, So maybe Dave Canals need to go to Dave's Chicken so he can heat up with some fire play calling nephew. Player of the game, JC is with as usual. Yes. Shout out JC for that amazing interception, and shout out to, and I guess I'll say this, shout out to the secondary as a whole. Now there were some plays that we did give up, but for the most part, I mean, Trevor Lawrence only had 178 yards passing. So it's not like he went out there and lit the world up on us, but he did not have to. I mean, like I said, they ran for 200 yards, controlled the clock. We turned the ball over, gave them short fields, and they took advantage of it. So, yeah. Bryce made mistakes, but what about the rest? Rush blocking, drop passes, and failure to sweep or use running back pass. Damn vanilla run Panthers. Yes, exactly. We're going to get in that in a second as well. Rock Jones said, "Hey, Mr. Hunky Dory, if Bryce Young don't get his shit together, the fan base will make it for him." Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get into that too in a second. End of season play calling was a lot more creative. Thank you. I know I'm late on the comment. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I'm creative. The play calling was way more creative last season towards the end of the season. Way more creative than what we saw yesterday. All right. So this mess was not it. No, it sure wasn't. It sure wasn't. With the get, I think we got the country version of Mingo on the team. Oh man, you know what? I'm boy. Woo. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. And and it's not like XL didn't do anything. I did think he caught a couple passes, but it's just like we have to make plays. We're not the type of team that can leave all these plays that we should be making on the table. You get what I'm saying? Like I said it on the live, I said it in a short that I had out. This offense is going to have to carry this defense. It's going to have to. And until this defense can prove that they can stop the run, the offense is going to go out there and have to score points. Now, mind you, there's always going to be a little bit of room for error, but it's not much. That margin is like this. Okay, they got to go out there and be damn near perfect, or at least resemble an efficient offense. Okay, they've got to go out there and be efficient. And when they get these opportunities, they have to take advantage of them instead of turning the ball over. So yeah, to agree, this was a bad team effort. Bryce was part of it, but wasn't all on Bryce, as some will have you think. Yes, let me tell you. Okay, now I'm never going to be that person that's going to sit here and blame Bryce for everything. Okay, everything in that game yesterday was not his fault. But here tonight, he is going to catch the smoke from me tonight. Definitely, 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 definitely. I'm not going to blame him for everything. I will never be that person that's going to sit there and be like, oh, well, you know what? Well, he's the only reason why this team is like, I'm not going to do that. Okay. You're not going to get me into that. All right. But he's definitely going to catch some strays tonight. Yeah. Battle of the Midgets Sunday at 1 o'clock. I used to talk about him and Kyler Murray. SC Panther boy, what's going on, man? He said at Rock, Bryce is good in the no huddle, but Dave stopped using it and did a 10-minute drive when you down 2 scores. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nick Scott gotta go. Yeah. Let me say Nick Scott gotta go at this point. Shoot, we might have to get rid of Wallace and Roseboom as well, man. Cause let me tell you, I didn't see anything promising out of either one of them. Like I said, from my perspective. Yeah, y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Hunter, 6 catches for 30 yards or so. Both of our corners played great. Yep. And sit Piggly Wiggly Corbett down, time to put in Cade Mays. I heard that a lot yesterday. They was like, yo, get rid of Austin Corbett and put in Cade Mays. I have never, never, never seen a game where the center for the Panthers, the center hiked the ball like that so many possessions and so many plays in a row. Okay. And then my thing is, in who was it? Was it Dave last year that was saying that he had to do a better job of getting the plays into Bryce on time? And my thing is like, why? Why did every possession go down to he was, trying to snap the ball with a second left? If the refs really wanted to be asses about it, they could have got them with a few delay of games. Because let me tell you, that damn clock on my TV right here was zero quite a few times before Corbett snapped that ball. So, we'll see. Uh, so we could have kept Woods if we if we kept Nick Scott. Man, and I saw a clip where Woods got an interception out there against Denver, and somebody was like, "Yeah, it's us. Hey, it's us." Let me tell you. Now, I know I talked my fair share of junk about Xavier Woods, but my thing with him was he would always be in a position to catch a ball and get an interception and drop it. Okay. Sometimes Xavier Woods would not know how to ease off a little bit. He would get a lot of personal foul penalties. Okay, but yes, you absolutely. I would take Xavier Woods back here in heartbeat, and I still don't understand why we let him go and brought back Nick Scott. But again, again, I am just a I'm just an overweight brother with a podcast. So hey. But yeah, said yeah, Mike Jack was bringing the lumber. Yeah, Mike Jack played pretty good, and we should have been starting. The Brady, not no damn offensive line from Congo Bongo that can't block. Oh, you must be talking about Yash Nyman. Yeah. Yash Nyman definitely didn't look stellar out there yesterday, and if I'm not mistaken, his and Damian Lewis PFF grades were not what we want them to be. Okay. Let me see. Renfro can play. Said, wow, he can make some cuts and good double step slants. Yeah, let me tell you, Renfro is gonna be fine. I think Renfro is gonna be all right. It may be a situation where he still have to get his feet up under him. Get his I said get the wind back to him, as some folks back home you say. But yeah, I think Renfro will be okay. I think a lot of us now like crap. Please hurry up and come back, Jalen Coker. So, but we'll see. Cuda said Bryce was shaking like Diamond and Players Club in the pocket. Bro better ball this Sunday. Yeah, you know what? And let me say y'all, man. Yes. He better. He absolutely better. Yeah. Says I like Renfro too. Watching these quarterbacks, Bryce Young does have Pop Tart arm strength, unfortunately. And I'm not gonna say he has Pop Tart arm strength. Now, mind you, he does have to get his feet set. He can throw the ball down the field, but I will agree with you. If he's under pressure, got somebody in his face, there will be other quarterbacks who probably would have been able to get that first pass to Renfro, down the field a little bit further and give him more of a shot to come down with that pass. I ain't gonna say Pop Tart arm, but yeah, he does not have the strongest arm in the NFL. Yeah, I agree. Corbett was bad, couldn't do a damn thing. Good news, Arizona sucks too. But that's the thing though. That's the thing. I don't think that's good news. I don't think Jacksonville was all that great either. And the Panthers went out there and made them look like they're going to challenge, for the AFC South title. Which I don't think that's going to be the case. I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, I'll apologize. But right now, I don't think that's the case. The Panthers just go out there and make everybody look like they are just dominant team. And yeah, but yeah, we'll see. Said nephew, my block list and my phone can block better than XL. Yo. Austin Corbett does not play like he want to be here. Huh. I ain't think about that, but yeah, I don't know. The first INT Bryce could run. He could have. He could have. Definitely was missing that. He said crack energy at wide receiver. We need the Coker boy. You crazy? Hey, House Nicholas, what's going on with you, big dog? How you doing? How you doing? Hopefully Jimmy Horn Jr. can play this game in Arizona. If I'm not mistaken, y'all let me know if I'm wrong. But I'm mistaken. Jimmy Horn was in street clothes. He wasn't even suited up for the game. If I'm not mistaken, y'all let me know if I am. Majority of the QBs played bad this weekend, but Bryce played the worst. He absolutely did. Absolutely did. So call up Mr. Brown to take Corbett's spot and send a nephew. Shut up, Leroy. And Leggett on fraud watch, bro. Too busy out with Glorilla rather than being in the Joe's machine. But that's the thing. Now, mind you, like I said, that was a good catch. It wasn't like he dropped the ball, but it's just like, okay, you catch the ball and you got to know where your feet at. Get your feet down. You know what I mean? Like I said, it didn't help with that whole him missing the block play. You know what I mean? But I think he's put in time on the jugs machine. I don't necessarily believe that we're going to see that big of an issue with him dropping passes this year. But like I said, that either way, that was not a good look on Sunday at all. Said why Jimmy Horn Jr. didn't play. I have no clue. None. I need Bryce to win week 3. To win 3 weeks in a row before he get a contract extension. Man, let me tell you, that Joker better go out there and win. Let me tell you, contract extension after this season, we better be in double digits in wins if they talk about Bryce getting a contract extension. We better be in double digits. Better be in double digits, and Bryce is gonna have to go out here and ball out for the rest of the season. Let me say he have too many more games like this. Nah. Mm-mm. Said Bryce is great with no huddle offense, fast start as he did in Alabama. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But my thing is, they're not going to play that no huddle offense all game, every game. I just don't think that's Canales' thing. He got him out there, he tried a little bit, and then he went back to doing what he know best. So we'll see. They said he was hurt. Okay, gotcha. Said Bryce played like Gary Coleman yesterday. Like, what you talking about, Dave? So for real, what about practice in practice in the preseason? Let me tell you. I think the preseason has bit Dave Canales in the ass 2 years in a row. He got it completely wrong his first year. Then he still got it completely wrong. This past season. Okay, now mind you, they did go out there and they did play, but like offensive defense, him and Evero weren't even out there calling the plays, and they go call the plays in the game where they got the backups in. This team was very, very unprepared, highly unprepared for this game yesterday. Both sides of the ball. It's just you can't give them a reason for this one. Like nobody. Let me see. Corbett was out there throwing alley oops like Bryce was prime LeBron James. And let me tell you, I'm sitting here, and every time I saw one of the snaps, I said, "Damn, I can see it now." Everybody was like, "Well, if that was Trevor Lawrence, he wouldn't have had to jump catch none balls." But I mean, even still though, it shouldn't be a thing like that. He should be able to hike the ball, where Bryce Young can get it. No matter what. Nick Scott like Ian Thomas married to partners. Ah, boy, you crazy. Hey, Ian Thomas out there in Vegas now, dog. Bryce had to jump crisscross to get the y'all stupid. Fat zero on the clock, 30% of the offensive snaps. Yep. So how the hell DJ Johnson play more snaps than Princely and Nick? Everyone needs to be fired. Damn, really? Wow. I don't know. I don't know. Where was the gap blocking to open rush slots? Was it me or the only time there were said there were pocket is when we went to pass, none on the run. Yeah, I mean I agree with you, Miss Hunky Dory, because I mean Chuba got off a few good runs, but even the ones where he did get like 9 or 10 yards, it didn't seem like he had that much of that much room, that much space compared to what you saw on the other side of the ball. Them boys from Jacksonville, they had gaps to run through. And like I said, and even still though, you got them going one way, the cutback was always there. They would flow that defensive line to the right, boom, cut back to the left. Look at ETN's play. That one long play he had. They go to the right, cut back to the left, he out. So, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I don't know either, Miss Hungador. But so Bryce better cut up in Arizona, or he can stay his ass in Arizona with his better twin Kyler Murray. And I'm not gonna disagree with that, Uncle Leroy. Let me tell you, Bryce for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Bryce got one more game for me. One more game. He better do something this game, or I think I'm going to start doing mock drafts. I'm for real. And like I said, it's not all his fault. But what pisses me off is the way we ended last season and the way we were like, okay, cool. He's starting to get it. You get the off season. Oh, we got to give Bryce more of this because he's done mastered that. And then you go out here and put up this crappy ass performance. And yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, I see a lot of people like, give him 4 games, if we go 2-2 or what. Man, let me tell you, I'm going to make my decision. I pretty much already made my decision, but I'm gonna give it one more week. One more week. One more week. They've got to go out there and they gotta be I'll say decent. They gotta be more than this. They gotta go out there and play good. Okay. We can't sit here and keep accepting this mediocrity. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's starting to be a wrap for me, dog. The other NIT was all on Rico, not Bryce Young. Now, I'm not gonna agree with that because my thing was there was no reason for Bryce to throw the ball that damn high. Okay, I would say if you want to put blame, they both get blamed. All right, Bryce threw it too high. Rico it went through Rico hands. He didn't catch it. So I'm not gonna put all of it on Rico. That was egregious in my opinion. I got you. Jimmy was definitely in street clothes, CJ. Yeah, and I know I'm catching up on these comments and stuff, y'all. It's a lot of the stuff I said a few minutes ago. So XL has low football IQ, can't be fixed, bro. No, I'm not gonna say all that. I'm not gonna say all that, but yeah, he definitely got to do better. Let me see. We missed a lot of opportunities, too many. Yep. Eternal said we trash. Yeah, yeah, we played like it. Yeah. The Bryce keep messing up. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got the hook up. Henry can do. Hey, I don't know. So Jimmy Horn was inactive. Coach's decision. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. All right, cool. And I know I'm gonna skip some of y'all comments, and I apologize. I'm gonna try to catch up here. CJ, did you see Maury get his head knocked off of the Jags tight end? Bro was looking like easy on Friday. My neck, my back. Man, Maury got laid the hell out. I mean, laid out. And when I looked at that play, so I'm thinking with the he must have thought that Lawrence still had the ball because the running back had the ball and was going towards the right. Maury was still looking at Lawrence, and then the tight end just came and just said, excuse me, pardon me, get the hell out of my out of my way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nader, all I can say is we can't go 0-2. Atlanta is tough to beat. Facts. CJ Hill, what's going on? Said that's all I've been saying, brother. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah. Not like now what I'm saying is, it's it's just disturbing and it's just frustrating, as a fan. And see, and I think like CJ now, I know if correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you have been out on Bryce since the beginning. Okay. Like I said, if I'm wrong, let me know in the chat. All right. And like I said, and I don't disrespect anybody's, opinion. Might not like it, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. Okay. What I feel like is there are a lot of fans who didn't like Bryce from the jump, and it was just set in their minds. I don't like this kid. I don't care what he goes out there and does. I'm not gonna like it. Okay, bet we already know that. And see, for me, my thing was okay, cool. His rookie year, there was a lot going on. This past year, all right, he showed some promise, and I think even the little bit of promise that he showed, a lot of people like don't care. He's not the QB. Okay, cool. I took that little bit of promise and I was like, okay, bet he's got this year to prove it that promise that he showed was, something real that we can move forward with. All right. And week one did not show me that that is going to be the case. Okay. That's why I said, hey, week two got to be a complete turnaround. A complete turnaround. We got to go out there. And let me tell you, I know it's too early to say must wins, but for me, this is a must win in Arizona. A must win for me. I can't speak for all of y'all, but for me, this is a must win. Carolina don't go out there and win this game. Like I said, I might start doing mock drafts here on the live stream, or something. Yeah, we got to change it up. I said facts, bro. I've been out since draft day, and I just don't want him to break y'all hearts. So we deserve better. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. And trust me, it's not a heartbreak situation. I mean, like I said, this is football. It's a game, and we are fans, and we do get engaged in this. But at a certain point, it's just like I bet. And I think yesterday was that point for me. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. All right. Okay. So let me go ahead and I know I've been rambling on here for Jesus Christ, 45 minutes. Oh my God. Let me hurry up and get y'all out of here so we can go and see. Hopefully the Vikings beat the shit out of Chicago. And I say that, because I'm not a fan of the Bears. And also I am hoping that the Vikings defense can get me at least, 16 to 17 points in fantasy, so I can win a game. So that I got a couple reasons for that. Yeah, but I hope the Vikings beat the ever loving hell out of Chicago, and that defense just rips them a new one. All right, but yeah. All right. To all my front office members, thank you. To all the new front office members that got a membership from Mr. Hunky Dory, welcome. And again, thank you to Mr. Hunky Dory. I greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you, man. But like I said, next few days here, I do have something that will be coming up for the front office members, and I will let y'all know in the upcoming video. Okay. Okay, so here are the results from the game. As y'all know, we lost 26-10. Bryce Young was 18 of 35, one touchdown, two interceptions. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, not that much better from a completion percentage standpoint. 19 for 31, one touchdown, one interception. All right, 178 yards. Chuba Hubbard had 57 yards. I do believe it should have been more. I do believe they went away from Chuba Hubbard a little bit too early in the game, but they may not have had too enough of a choice. When you start making turnovers and you start getting down, you got to start moving the ball down the field. But still, I think they shouldn't have gave up on it quite as early as they did, in my opinion. Travis Etienne, of course, 143 yards. All right. And like I said, for those, it's like, oh, okay, he had 71 on that one play. Shit, he still had 143 total. Ted McMillan had a good game. 5 receptions for 68 yards. What's the man name? I think it's Brenton Strange. The tight end for the Jaguars, 59 yards on 4 receptions. In that first quarter, he looked unstoppable. I mean, completely unstoppable. We had 0 sacks. All right. Let me see. D Smoot for the defensive end for the Jaguars had one. Let me see. Trevon Merrick led us with 11 tackles, and whatever that dude named for the Jaguars had 10. All right, team stats: 378 total yards for the Jags, 255 for the Panthers. Three turnovers. Three turnovers. The big key in why we lost this game. Those three turnovers hurt. Okay. The last one not so much. The first two absolute backbreakers, both of them. 15 first downs for us, 19 for the Jaguars. We didn't have as many penalties as the Jaguars. Let me see. Third downs. Third downs. We were 8 of 15 on third down. Jacksonville was 5 of 12. All right. 0 for 2 on fourth down, 2 for 2 for Jacksonville. We were 0 and 1 in the red zone. They were 2 and 5. Time of possession. Time of possession. Okay. And I bring this up because, I know a lot of people are saying that, the Panthers, the defense be on the field too much. I do not think that was the case in this game. They only had 2 more minutes of time of possession time than the Panthers did. And I will say this: the Panthers defense came out at the rain delay. And mind you, we got the ball back, didn't do anything with it. Okay. Then we punted to Jacksonville. And then that's when ETN had his long run. So my thing is, you got an hour to go in there and sit down, get yourself together. And the first thing you do is get out there and give up a 70-something yard run. Like I'm saying, time of possession wasn't completely terrible. Completely terrible. Yeah. CJ Hill said we generated a league low 13% pressure rate yesterday. Facts. Facts. You know what? And we're gonna get into that here in a second as well. What's going on, Josh? Keep pounding, my brother. Alfonso Bird, what's going on with you? 0 sacks is pitiful. Yes, completely pitiful. Completely pitiful. Yes, Mr. Hunky Dory, that is absolute ass cheeks. It sure is. Absolutely. Yep. All right, so that was the team stats. Okay, so my keys to victory, and Uncle Leroy, this is what I was talking about when you talking about Ray Charles on the keys. This is me playing, because I think it was Diggett that asked, where it was Diggett on the Kari that asked where the piano keys were from the slides last year. So I decided to kind of try, up it a little bit, or one up it. And so that's me with my piano sitting out in front of Bank of America Stadium, and my keys are just burnt all to hell. Okay. So stop the run, nothing. Pressure Trevor Lawrence, as y'all saw with the pressure rate that CJ Hill put in the chat, nothing. Score early, we got a field goal, and then we got a touchdown in garbage time at the end of the game. So nothing. Sustained drives. I did put an X on that one for the simple fact that I thought we did a good job in moving the ball down the field on some of those drives, but it's just that we didn't do anything with it. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to sustain drive, but it's one thing to sustain drives and then do nothing with absolutely any of them except for a field goal on your first drive and a touchdown on your second to last drive. You know what I mean? So that's why I put that on there. Contain the wide receivers. I put a question mark on that one. Now, mind you, Strange was the leading receiver for the Jaguars. If I'm not mistaken, Brian Thomas Jr. had one catch for 11 yards. He did have one run for 9 yards for a touchdown. Okay, so it was Strange, and then De'Ami Brown. I'm sorry, it was yeah, Strange, then De'Ami Brown, and then Travis Hunter. Okay, so and my thing is, I put a question mark by there because my thing is, if we would have been able to stop the run, okay, would we still have been able to contain these wide receivers? Because in my opinion, I think Trevor Lawrence would have still eaten up that zone defense, that Evero likes to play. Okay. I don't I could and you saw bits and pieces of it all game long. Receivers, tight ends going out, and at the very least, they're going out and they're doing these stop comeback routes or whatever, and they're sitting in the zone, and all Trevor Lawrence is doing back there is throwing the ball to him. And then my thing is, then you got three Panther defenders at the same time, all look at this dude sitting here wide open, and then converge. And I'm like, but by that time, it's done. Like it's too late. You know what I mean? So yeah. So like I said, I like I said, I took this picture earlier today. I drug my piano down there, sat there, torched on fire. Nah, I'm just playing, but yeah. But this is how I feel about my keys to the victory. And somebody was like, where the piano keys at? Yesterday, the piano burnt all the way to the ground. The keys are just done. They're just done. All right, so and what I'm gonna do here, if anybody wants to come up here and chop it up with me here for a little bit, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and I am going to pin it at the top of the chat. So if y'all want to come on up here, feel free. All right. But okay, so thoughts on the offense. Okay, my thoughts on this offense. Like I said, I think we gave up on the run game too quick. I feel like I feel like Bryce regressed. Okay, I really do. Really, really, really do. Now, mind you, he didn't look like he did in game one last year as far as his presence in the pocket. Like he didn't look like he was, I'm scared, I gotta get rid of the ball. You know what I mean? He didn't look like that, but he definitely did not make, the right decisions on a lot of the plays. All right. Um, with the fumble, okay, I need Bryce Young to realize that. So I know you can run, but you are not a running quarterback. You're not that type of guy that's going to go out there and juke people. And he tried to make a last minute, not say juke, but he tried to get the defender to go one way because it was a third down, and he had to get the first down if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So he got out there, and what happened was I think he stepped left and tried to juke back right, and then he stepped right and then tried to juke back left, and then he stumbled. Okay, and then he stumbled, he was off balance. Old boy came in with the peanut punch, and that was a wrap. All right. And that's my whole thing with that. It's just like Bryce, like get down, slide, something. Okay. Like I'm saying, it's too early in the season for this. Too early in the season for this. All right. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. You can't. And he shot himself in the foot several times yesterday in this game. Okay. The pass where XL caught it. Okay, he caught it, didn't get his feet in bounds. Okay, we can't have that. The penalty. Now, mind you, I hate this stupid penalty. I really hate this penalty when T Mac caught the ball down the sideline and then Austin Corbett got caught for ineligible man downfield. And even Shalair said, he was like, I don't get this penalty. He was like, what is Austin Corbett doing? Like, how is he giving them, an advantage? You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Let me see. Just popping in for a quick moment. I got a riddle. What happens when your mediocre offense practice against your mediocre defense? Yesterday's performance by the Carolina Panthers. Hey, you know what, dear? You absolutely right. You absolutely right. Absolutely right. And it showed. It definitely showed. Appreciate you, man. He said, ass sharp as ass in practice. Oh God, I hate to laugh at that so bad, so hard, but that is true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What up, Roadmaster? How you doing, big dog? Bryce don't need to slide. He needs to roll in the fetal position. Damn, Mr. Hunky Door. Roadmaster said Bryce wasn't worth a shit yesterday. I'm not. Well, he wasn't either. But Corbett wasn't worth a shit yesterday. Nah, he wasn't. He really wasn't. You know. But yeah, that, and then so I do have the play here. Okay, now this is the first interception to XL. All right. Now if I let this play roll, okay, all right. So right here, now if y'all look at this, okay, you got Moulton right there engaged in the block. You got my man down at the screen going to, I think that's either that's not T man, I think that's Sanders down there. Okay, you got XL, not XL, yeah, XL coming open here. Okay, now at first, when I first saw this, I thought maybe, okay, Bryce does not see this dude. I thought maybe he was behind XL. All right, but look, look right here. If I roll this back, okay, look how far he is in front of XL. Okay, this is just a poor decision. All right, he's got to be able to see that. He's got to be able to see that. Right here, he's winding up. He's letting it go. Mind you, now you're trying to get to the 26-yard line. Now he's right now he's at the 19. Okay, now I don't know if this dude is coming off this block from Moulton is going to be able quick enough to get Bryce. This man down here at the bottom, I don't know if he'll be quick enough, because see right now, my thing is he took off right now, he might have been all right. This might have been his issue up here, whoever this guy is on the 30-yard line. So I'm going to assume that this is why, Bryce went ahead and tried to throw that ball to XL. But you have to be able to see this. Okay, like I said, at first I thought it was but damn, maybe he was behind XL and didn't see him, because I saw the replay and I saw old buddy bump into XL. But looking right here, yeah, nah, I think he should have been able to see old buddy right here. Okay, and then you get the tip ball and the interception. All right. Now, like I said, bad play altogether. But I'm going to ask y'all this one question right here too. Okay, so if y'all look at this, all right, we're gonna let this play. Okay, now y'all let me know. Now is when I'm first looking at this, I'm thinking this is pass interference. Now he runs up under XL, but he does bump into him, and XL does fall over. Okay, and my man falls over, so there is contact. Y'all let me know in the chat. Do y'all think that should have been a pass interference call or no? Not excusing the throw, because he shouldn't have thrown it. He shouldn't have thrown the ball. Okay, but like I was saying, you look here at this pass right here, and you look at Bryce. Okay, right here, you've got to be able to see that. Got to be able to see that. Got to be able to see that, man. But yeah, like I said, y'all let me know. Do y'all think that's pass interference or not? Okay, like I said, bad decision on the pass, especially when you looking at this. Because my thing is, if you are that eye locked on XL, and you got to be able to see everything else that's going around XL, where you throwing the ball. Okay, and let me see. CJ says he has to tuck and run that. I agree. Major Keys, what's going on with you? XL got to be stronger to the ball. It's a bad decision to throw that ball, but I'll take the effort. Take the effort play, I guess. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay. All right. So, but that was my I decided to record that right before I went live. I mean, like literally, it was 10 minutes to the show, and I was like, let me pull this up here and see what everybody thinks about this. Okay, but yeah, my thoughts on the offense is in the whole as a whole. Like I said, I think Bryce regressed in this game. He didn't look as bad as he did the first game last year, but he damn sure didn't look that much better, especially the way that he played at the end of last season. And like Flame for Jesus was saying on the last live, he was saying that Bryce Young, has like was it second string backup QB numbers, last part of the season. And we went through and looked at them, and it was a lot of games where Bryce threw for 150, 170. He had one, the one in Atlanta was the only one where he had like 298 yards. But all the rest of them were like 150, 170, 100, whatever, but he had his run game behind him and this, that, and the third. But I mean, yeah, he definitely put up some second string numbers here. You playing like a backup quarterback who hasn't been playing for 2 seasons, But yeah, yeah, he got to get better. He's got to get better. And like I said, I'm not me personally. I'm not giving it until 4 games into the season where it's like, okay, I'm gonna see how we look first quarter of the season. If this team does not turn this thing around in Arizona, like I said, for me, Arizona is a must win. And I think if that whole organization right now does not feel like, and I know they probably feel like every game is a must win, but if they don't feel like that they got to go out there and put something on Arizona and show all of us, like, okay, cool, y'all overreacted, calm down, we had a bad game, gotcha. If they don't go out there and do that, like I said, man, we gonna have to start doing something else, man. Let me tell you, I might start doing classes for everybody who else who want to start a podcast. Like, hey, this is what you need. This is the equipment you need. Start me a live session. Be like, all right, I'm gonna show you how to build your own computer and stuff like that. If they get out here and keep playing like this, all right. But that is the offense. That's my thoughts on the offense. And let me go back to the comments here. Josh says it looked like Excel was going to run in front of him, but ran right into him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like I said, old buddy did kind of run into. He kind of ducked up under XL. He did run into him. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I thought that was enough contact, for the flag to be thrown. But hey, I also thought it should have been a flag on that one to Renfro, that first overthrow that Bryce threw. I mean, first underthrow that Bryce threw. But again, like I said, that's why I'm here on my podcast and not doing anything else. Well, not anything else, but out here with them. So not pass interference. The defense has the right to the ball. No interference because the intent is to intercept, not to disrupt the offensive player. And I get that, But he did disrupt the offensive player because he ran into him. That's what I'm saying. But I appreciate you, Mr. Unkador. I appreciate you. Marcos Cash, what's going on with you? Romance said Bryce definitely looked like somebody who came off the bench in the third quarter after the starter got hurt. Yeah, he really did. He absolutely did. Major keys, but what do we expect from a Bama QB? They never turn out to be good NFL QBs. Well, I guess you got Jalen Hurts, but I guess everybody's going to say that he his last year he played for Oklahoma, so technically he's not an Alabama QB. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. They do not have a good track record, dog. They do not. Bryce Young now, Mac Jones, oh goodness, Tua. And there's another one I'm thinking about before him. I can see his face and can't think of his name. But yeah, they do not have a good track record whatsoever. Whatsoever. All right. And I want y'all to know this too. Okay. My thing is this. I'm still rooting for Bryce. Okay. I'm still rooting for him to go out there and play good. I'm not going to not root for the kid, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and try to come up here and say, okay, well, this is going to happen and that's going to happen, because of this and that and the third. All right. At this point, he's got to show me something. All right. He's got to show me, and he's got to show it on a consistent basis for a whole season. All right. My thing is he can't come out here and have two bad games and get benched again, and then want to show up later on in the season. That's not gonna fly for me this year. That's not gonna fly for me at all. I mean, and I don't think that's gonna fly for a lot of Panther Nation, period. Most of us, because not just me. I've seen a lot of pissed off podcasters make videos and go live today. A lot of them. A lot of them. So I think we're all getting to the point now where we're just like, I bet, you got to show us something. Like it's time to show and prove. And for me, it's past time. Okay, well, I think this is gonna happen. I think that's gonna happen. Nah, show me. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the offense. Let me see. Could have been. Oh, Josh Romance said Josh P. That one defender was standing there waiting on the route. Gotcha. Said my niece can be a star QB with an Alabama team. The biggest issue is his peaks and valleys, and his play is so drastic. Yes, I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes, you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. It's like he's here, and then all of a sudden he drops off the edge of the cliff and is 50 leagues down in the damn ocean. I agree. I completely agree. What up, Mace? This is my boy Daniel. What's going on with you? Said the locals are relentless. Bryce on the downward spiral. XL has been named XXL, extra loser. Wrestling. I'm sorry, wrestlers. My bad. Yeah. Hey, I mean, at some point, it's what it is. It's what it is. I mean, Bryce is on a downward spiral right now. I'm hoping he turns it around. I'm hoping he turns it around, but I'm not about to sit here and get up here and be like, yeah, he's gonna go out there. Nah, that's done with for me. I am done with that. It's they gotta show me. And they gotta show me for more than one game and then lose three or four straight and then win one and then lose three or four more. Nah, no. Young Soldier One. I'm tired of us being on the wrong side of the highlight reel. Facts. Said Bryce is done. He literally looked like he about to cry when he need to man up. Hey, hold on. Kendall, let me tell you, Kendall, boy, you good for throwing some eyeballs in the chat, boy. What's going on with you? How you doing? Hey, I heard you that up there talking early this morning, man. Before I went to a meet, man. Shout out to you and the guys over there at Black Cat Panther Podcast. But yeah, man, it's yeah. I mean, I don't know if you throwing them eyes like you hearing me right, Kendall. It's come to that point, man. This team got to show and prove. Got to show and prove. I can't sit up here no more and be like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Nah, I gotta see it. I'm gonna give my predictions, but I mean they're not gonna be too favorable from here on out, especially if we keep up like this. And send dollar bill to the glue. Wow. No, leave that damn horse alone, man. I shouldn't even laugh at that. Yeah, leave that damn horse alone. But yeah, but that's my thoughts on the offense, man. It is God dang. Oh my God, yo. Said Bryce smiled when dude smacked him, but want to get mad at Canales on the sidelines. Yeah. Bright spots, Ted Renfro. Yeah. Ted was probably our only bright spot on off. Well, Ted Chuba. Okay. Chuba was doing good. All right. And like I said, I think Hunter Renfro still has it. He said he still has that ability to get open and make plays, but shit, Bryce got to give him the ball. He got it. And then that one throw, and I ain't gonna lie, I felt so bad for the Renfro. I was like, yo, when I say Bryce just threw him up to get folded in half by that damn safety, I was like, ooh. And I kept hearing people say, well, XL would have caught it. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. You can't throw them balls to your receivers like that, dog. I said, I mean, he folded him like a damn peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hey, hospital ball. There you go. Yeah. Hospital ball. Definitely throw him up there to get sent up to the ninth floor. He sure did. Definitely. But yeah, man. All right, so that's my thoughts on the offense. Okay, defense. All right. Let me see. Major Key said JT Sanders lost all that weight for absolutely nothing. Renfro get hit across the middle like that again. He out 6 weeks. Yeah. Hey, what's going on with you, Kendall? How you doing, big dog?
I can't call.
Oh, shoot, my bad, Kendall. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I can't call her. How you doing, CJ?
I'm all right, man. I'm good. Up here talking about this mess this mess we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it absolutely was. It's a disappointment, especially when you go to the game and you go out of state to the game or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard you
You know
down in
you
Duval.
Yeah, the whole game environment is totally
Mm-hmm.
different from, watching it on the TV or in a sports bar or something like that. Well, the sports
Facts.
bar, what I'm saying, may be
Mm-hmm.
close,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, close to the game because you got the other fans there ripping you and all that stuff like that. But you know, the live action is totally different from any other experience, that you would get in anything you're doing in the NFL. But
Oh yeah.
I once again, man, I'm just so over all these guys giving excuses and wanting to blame Dave Canales, wanting to blame Evero and the coaching
Mm-hmm.
staff. Now the team, to me, wasn't it doesn't have an edge on it. I've been telling y'all there's no leader or there's no guy with that edge, like say on the defensive side. And I preached and preached that we were still gonna get ran on. I
Mm-hmm.
told you that these acquisitions um, in free agency wasn't got the rotational players at best, the Bobby
Mm-hmm.
Browns, the Turk Whartons, the Rosenbooms. I told you this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a middle linebacker. We don't have a three tech. Derek should be our nose guard if we're going to play 3-4 because he splits double teams. He garners a double team, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and basically Nick Scorton and those guys they have a way to go to get there.
Yeah.
There was no pressure, CJ, coming from the
Oh,
outside yesterday.
yeah. You ain't got to
None,
tell me twice.
none, buddy. And
Yeah.
far as the offensive line that we spent all that money on this and that, I heard somebody a little while ago rip Josh Diamond. Josh
Hmm.
Diamond did way Yimon, or however how you pronounce his name, did
Yeah, I
way
got
better than I expected. I thought it would be an open door policy, but he did way better than I expected. I mean,
you.
it wasn't him. Now, could everybody across the league say, yeah, I could have played better or whatever, but I've heard people already zero in on one or two plays that he had. It's a whole game, bro. 4 quarters. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. I
And
got
if
you.
anybody yesterday or whenever, when your quarterback plays terrible, do you think they're gonna win? Maybe if they have, outstanding defense or something like that. But
Yeah.
any team goes the way of the quarterback. It's the most important position in professional sports. Period. Bar none.
Facts. I'm with you. I'm with you, go. Hey, but let me ask you this while I got you here. Okay, cause I got the defense up here. I wanted to get your thoughts. Okay, now we are supposed to be running a 3-4 defense, right?
Yes, sir.
And I went back and looked at the tape. Evero seems to be stuck on this 4-2-5 set that he keeps coming out with. Okay, and he varies the alignments of the defensive like defensive alignment. He'll have um Derek Brown, Turk Wharton, and Ashawn Robinson, and then one of the outside linebackers on one side of the ball.
Hmm.
Then he might have two of the outside linebackers out there together, and then have a Derek Brown, a Turk Wharton in the middle. Or a combination of Ashawn Robinson and Bobby Brown the third and whatnot. Then you have your two linebackers. Then you have maybe a nickel back playing in, or and I saw a couple sets where Trayvon Merrick seemed like he was kind of playing like that big nickel slash linebacker role, and then you
Hmm.
had say a Nick Scott back there with the Lathan Ransom and the Damani Richardson. What? Give me your thoughts on that. Because I hear a lot
Well,
of people say, we need to go back to a 4-3, and then I hear a lot of people say, well, there's a lot of really good 3-4 defenses in this league, which I do agree. There is a lot of great 3-4 defenses, but it doesn't look like we're coming out in that 3-4 set, enough.
my thoughts 100% when I seen that like yesterday
Hmm.
as it unfolded. He's trying to stop the bleeding of the run.
Hmm.
ETN ran over. I mean, he bust them, and the bus. I asked you a question while I'm answering the question. To bust off, rip off runs like he did yesterday, you have to have to stop that. You have to have great
Hmm.
line, good to great linebacker play, which we don't have. Rosenboom is a I don't want to rip the guy like that, CJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm
He
being
he he
very, very, you know me. I'm being very, very, very gracious around here. You know what I'm saying?
he's
Very.
point and click. He's point and click. He can run to a play and make a tackle, but it seems like that might be the extent of what he can do in
Exactly.
my
He
opinion.
can't blow one up. He's not
Yeah.
blowing one up, you know what I'm saying, in the
Mm-mm.
hole or in the backfield. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we know he's nowhere near Luke Kuechly, Ray Lewis, or you know what I'm saying? Any of them
Yeah.
guys
None
like
none of
that.
them
You
are.
know what I'm saying? Roquan
None of
Smith
them.
or nothing like that. So when you have to try to shift and play these guys up front so that they can't get a bead on you. And then when, like you said, when you bring in Lathan and all them boys down because you're not getting any type of rush, you're trying to bring five, you know what I'm saying? Because three to
Hmm.
four can't get home. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to
Yeah.
create pressure. And so when people say he's not adjusting, you're not looking at you can't see I question your football acumen because
Hmm.
you don't know what you're looking at. You see the changes in the fronts, and then the guys playing gap control and doing all that try to stuff and switching right there. before the whistle or anything like that. They have their if he's doing anything, he's throwing too much scheme at them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to
Mm-hmm.
keep them on their toes. But you listen to the novice fan or some of these guys out here, on the podcast and Evero scheme and Evero, he's trying, CJ. It's the personnel, my brother. It's the personnel. And the offense is not helping an already weak defense, like I told you anything. 3 points on the board. Does that help the defense?
No, it don't, and I agree with you on that. But I will say this though, I do believe it's a combination of Evero's scheme and the players that he got out there. I don't think
Yeah.
Evero washes his hands clean at
No, no,
all.
no, no, no,
He-
no, no, no. His
yeah,
hands ain't clean. But what
yeah,
percentage would you say it is his fault to personnel?
hmm? Yeah, that's a good point.
What percentage? You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So let's start this year right here. Let's stop blaming or let's stop making excuses and let's do some problem solving this year. Maybe that'll take a little of our frustration, as podcasters, as fans, or whatever. Let's
mm-hmm,
just do some honest reflecting and, and,
mm-hmm,
and and problem solving. If it's absolutely Evero, which is not, let's petition to get rid of Evero. If it is personnel, let's get some better personnel in. That's the only way anything gonna change. You understand what I'm saying? We can sit and
mm-hmm,
talk, till we blue in the face. But if
yeah,
it's you got to get to the root of the problems in the first place. If they was talking about Dave Canales, I told you the DNA of a team goes as the head coach. So if he's this, hey guys, we get them next time, and I believe in you, fella, type dude, guess what you get ready to
yeah.
have? That's your team right there. Might
Peanut
play
butter and
good on
jelly.
Sunday, might not be, what I'm saying? Might not show
Yeah,
up on Monday, might show up on Thursday. You see what I'm saying? You get,
yeah,
hey, it just is what it is.
yeah.
They go
You
with the
right.
wind.
You right. You right about that. But yeah, man, it's just and the thing is, go now. I will agree with you about the personnel because I do feel like the Panthers had opportunity. Now, mind you, we didn't get Milton Williams because New England
Money.
decided to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
rob the bank and pay the man, which I can't hate on him for that. I can't hate on him for that at all. Okay, but I do think there were opportunities at other positions. Like, I'm not like Bobby Brown. I still think Bobby Brown the third will be a decent asset for this team. But what got me was when the depth chart came out, they had him as the backup defensive end. And I'm like, okay, well, they just have this on depth chart for whatever reason. Then when you get out there in the game, the first couple plays, and I'm like, oh, they were dead ass serious. You had Derrick
Yeah, yeah.
Brown, Ashawn Robinson, and Turk Wharton. And I'm like okay, y'all. Like I'm not mad at the Turk Wharton pickup as well, but I'm just like, yo, first and second down, like until he got hurt, and he got hurt twice.
Hmm.
He went to sideline for a concussion, and then I think what got him out was either some kind of was a hamstring or something, and they decided to go ahead and shut him down. But there were a couple plays when Bobby Brown III got in the game and he lined up in front of that center and he got pushed into the backfield into Trevor Lawrence's face. And I'm just like, but we had to wait until Turk Wharton got hurt for us to see that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I honestly thought that was just something on the depth chart. Maybe they were just doing it. I did not really expect to see that to that extent, in that first part of that game. So that's what kind of that's what kind of threw me off. I think the Josie Jewell thing, really got us. Even though I don't know if Jewell would have been much of a, if he would have been, the answer that we need right now, if he was healthy. You know what I mean? I don't
Hmm.
know if he would have. I think he would have been better. I think he would have been better, but I don't think he would have made everything a okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Nick Scott, I know a lot of people talking about Nick Scott. I talk about Nick Scott. We let Xavier Woods go, and I said this earlier. My issue with Xavier Woods was he always dropping interceptions. I always called him cinder block hands. He was dropping
Hmm.
interceptions, and and it's like he couldn't calm himself down enough. He was getting a lot of daggone personal foul penalties and things like that. But the people that we let go of, but then we brought back, um Nick Scott. And the thing was, oh, well, he knows the defense. He can communicate this, that, and the third. And I don't know about you, Go, but what I saw out there, that defense was a bunch of people that acted like they did not know what assignment each other was supposed to be doing. Because I saw a lot of them guys out there running down the field at the same person, wide receiver, tight end, and another man who one of them jokers was supposed to be covering was wide the hell open.
Hmm. Yeah, it was some
So,
miscommunication going on there yesterday, but they did well. The Jaguars, to me,
mm-hmm.
came at them really balanced. They threw when they needed to. They ran it when they needed to. But the
Yeah,
thing was, when they did it, they gashed us. You know what I mean?
yes, sir.
They gashed
Yes,
us,
sir.
CJ. You understand what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? It was
Mm-hmm.
meaningful and it was, it was impactful when they
Yeah.
when they did what they did. Um, they moved the chains on us all day,
Mm-hmm.
which and for the life of me, and just telling you, I don't understand why you guys are feeling like, man, so surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Look,
but
go,
but
just
that but
go
that's the
back
thing.
and
Go.
look.
I'm not all that surprised. I thought it
Hmm.
would be better. I thought it would be better, but it did not shock me as much as one may think, because like I said, when I did my a preview,
Hmm.
my enemy spotlight was on the running backs, because I still feel like that was the biggest question on the defense going into this season. Can we stop the run? So,
Hmm.
my thing is, I'm disappointed. I'm not all that shocked. Not not
Yeah.
not all that shocked. I
Yeah. Well,
definitely
that's
can't
good.
sit I definitely can't sit here and say that oh well, I just knew it was gonna be better. I thought
Hmm.
it was gonna be better. I had hope it was gonna be better, but I was not 1,000% sure that it was gonna be better. But I ain't gonna lie, I did let my hope, kind of get, not necessarily take me over, but I did let my hope, get me be like, okay, well, you know what, we're gonna go out here and it's gonna be better. Because I was sitting there thinking, when I'm thinking, but I've said this plenty of times, we ain't got to be a top 10 defense. We just need to be something average. And
Hmm.
when we sitting there watching that yesterday, I'm just like, damn, like it's still the same crap. And I said this earlier too. I don't know if you saw it. When the Jaguars was out there running the ball, the cutbacks were killing the Panthers. They were killing. They were flowing that line to the right side. ETN, Bigsby, shit, Tootin, and the other dude. They had all four of them out there. They would go
Hmm.
one way, see that cutback, gone.
Cause
Five,
see
6 yards up the field.
that defensive end has to have to be that anchor. He has to set that edge. That's why I said Scorton ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? He has to set that
Mm-hmm.
edge. Those boys on it, whether it be Derek, Ashawn, whatever. Derek is the man in a double team. Those other boys are not filling the gaps and controlling gaps like they supposed to. Which, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't going to be a surprise to me. Turk Wharton has no business playing inside unless you're just saying that he's fast enough to beat a center and going to be able to get in a quarterback's face or running backs, you know what I'm saying, to take him on or
Down in
whatever.
distance.
Now, yeah, exactly. So that
Yeah.
could be the scheme or the thinking, you know what I'm saying? We're going with a faster guy better than a big cog, you know what I'm saying? Because we'll have the big cog in Derek Brown, you see what I'm saying? On either
Yeah.
the where he plays mostly, if we go to say the left side,
Left.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and and we just go from there. But
Yeah.
to just go back to help them boys. And I've been preaching it, saying it. I can't say enough. This team gonna have to put it. I even lowered it and said that the offense has to give that defense at least 21 points. CJ, I said 28. You know what I'm saying? But they got to at least give them 21 points on the board. A 3 point, a field goal to the what?
Mm-hmm.
Fourth quarter or the end of the
Yeah.
third? That ain't gonna cut
And
it,
got
my
a
brother.
touchdown. Yeah,
Trash
touchdown
and
was in
garbage
garbage
time.
time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I feel
That's
we
not gonna
we we
do
talk
it.
we talked about this. One of my keys to the game was the fact that we got to score early. Because I'm saying, my thing is, we got to get out there, put points on the board early, and actually let this defense know what it is to play with a damn lead, instead of being on their back foot every single damn game. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, and like I always say, you know, it's enough blame to go around because I feel like a lot of times this defense comes out and just say they're on the field first, they get walked down the field. You know, game in and game out, especially over the last couple seasons. But still, and I also put out thing I said the offense is going to have to carry this defense, like no matter what, because this defense wasn't going to be completely fixed this season. I
Yeah.
thought that it might have the potential to be better. I thought we could maybe be close to, you know, if we could just get somewhere, even if we was at like 19 or 20. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
think that'd be a big damn improvement, you know, over last season. But from what we saw yesterday, it doesn't seem like that is going to, you know, to be the case. And my thing is, and you know, now mind you, Jacksonville had 20 points by halftime. They only scored six in the second half. But my thing is, but that was enough. You know, you couple that with them not being able to run, able to stop the run, you know, and Bryson the offense turning the ball over and not being able to score, like that was it. Like that's basically all they had to do. You know,
Well,
they went out
well,
there kicked a couple field goals and that was a wrap.
well. It led to okay. So you got the touchdown early. You know what I'm saying in the
Hmm.
first half. Then you got the weather delay.
Yeah.
The weather delay. Then you come back. Bryce fumbles. You see what I'm saying? They capitalize off of that, and then they and then they get another field goal. So the defense stopped. See what I'm saying is a better
Hmm.
team at it that's built like where we want to be is Baltimore. You understand what I'm saying? Baltimore is legendary for their defense, right? Their
Facts.
offense now eclipses their defense. You see what I'm saying? But their offense puts up points. And if their defense can hold, you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You to a
Yeah.
field goal, you have to come back out and score for that defense. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's not the
Facts.
strength of the team.
Yeah.
Or if they can get and then Lord God, when they get an interception like Jay, seeing that live was a beautiful thing. He went up like Michael Jordan and got that ball. He was not supposed to catch that ball because you know you understand what I'm saying?
I
Another
understand.
centimeter, half an inch or whatever, he couldn't grab
Hmm.
it because Trevor Lawrence threw it perfect enough, supposed to be over his head, but he went up there and got that thing. You
Hey, and
understand what
real
I'm
quick,
saying?
and real quick, go. If he hadn't, that was a touchdown
That
because there was nothing stopping Travis Hunter from getting in that end zone because Shaw Smith
except for
Wade was
J.C.
at
Horn
least,
going up and getting it.
yeah,
Thank you,
that was the only
thank you.
thing. Shaw Smith Wade was 6 yards behind him, trailing in coverage. That
See,
was a touchdown, clear as day.
CJ, so that's what I'm talking about. An exceptional playmaker makes at least one or two exceptional plays. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
time come to make those plays. When JC makes a play like that right there, you have to put it in the end zone. They
Yes.
stopped them down there, buddy, at I mean at the goal line damn near. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now I
Yeah.
was mad with Canales. I say this is working. Canales tried to run that ball two times up the middle with you, but they stuffed him. You know what I'm saying?
No, wasn't it
2 yards
three?
out for the first down. I said it was three, but I didn't look at it again. I think it could have been three because I told Q them three, but
It was
Bryce
at least
rolled
two.
out.
Yeah, it was at least
That's at
two.
least two, and then that's it was three. It was three because the last time Bryce rolls out and just throws it out the back of the end
And
zone.
throws the
I don't
damn
know where
ball
the
to the
hell
cheerleaders.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell he was. You know what he was thinking on that. You got two receivers out there, at least try. You know what I'm saying? To hit him, he threw it
Because
uncatchable for everybody. He felt
either
pressure.
way,
He
either
seen
way,
pressure.
if you incomplete a pass, they getting the ball anyway. Why in the
That was on
hell would you
fourth
even throw
down.
it out of
Yeah,
bounds?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like it's some weird way he thought that he had another down or something, but
He may
no,
have.
it's
You know why? And who you blame that on? So now that's not on Canales or anything. He don't know what
oh
time it is in the game. So who you
yeah.
blame that on?
If that's the case, that's on Bryce. If he ain't know what down it was, you know,
You see
if
what I'm
that's
saying?
the case, but my thing is, and that's the only thing I can think of. It's just like, why would you throw the ball away? Like it's fourth down. Like it's do or die on this play for
Yeah.
this drive. You know, like
So
it's like he almost threw it like he was like, oh crap, I had another play. And I'm sitting there thinking earlier, I was like, maybe that was why he was so pissed on the sideline. Maybe he knew he effed up.
he fucked.
You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah,
messed
maybe
up.
he knew
He
he
messed
fucked
that up.
up.
he
Yeah,
messed that up,
he
and then
yeah.
and then
So
he gonna get mad with Dave and get mad with everybody. You messed that up, cool. You understand what I'm saying? You should have been saying my fault. I
mm-hmm,
get you on the next time. But you don't capitalize on an interception. You know what I'm saying? Canales had no, or either he was saying too, well, why'd you run the ball the first 3 times and then give it to me right there at the end? You know what I mean?
yeah,
But that shows you Dave Canales don't have confidence in you right there. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't
yeah,
even get the first down to give him another set
mm-hmm,
of downs and give him about 4 yards to the end zone. That
mm-hmm.
you got stopped
Now,
by Jacksonville, who's a mid-level defense at best. You understand?
yeah, they're not even mid level. They were down in the bottom of the 20s, not too far here,
Oh yeah.
above us.
Well, I did a
Yeah,
show on that Thursday
mm-hmm,
night. I told you the
yeah,
tiers of what it was. That's why I did that because I tell you what
mm-hmm,
we were going against. Jacksonville was in like a, I don't know, go back and get it, but they was like one tier above us. And the only other tier,
mm-hmm,
the only people that was in there with us was Cincinnati, us and Cincinnati. And then it was Jacksonville and you know what I'm saying, a couple more people. So
yeah,
there was no world beaters over there. The only thing I was telling them to worry about was the two edge rushers. And they didn't get home like that. So when people try to blame this on the offensive line or that we had Josh Neiman other than Icky, and that just baffles me because people hate Icky with a passion. You understand what I'm saying? So why
mm-hmm,
did us not having him make a difference if he's such so bad? But the edge rushers didn't get home like that, except for maybe 2 plays in the whole
yeah,
game. But
yeah. It
they
was a
did.
couple.
But
Yeah,
he vacates the pocket on a regular basis so much that that's what he does. You understand what I'm saying? Even if it's
mm-hmm,
clean, CJ, he doesn't step up in that thing, throw it power and consistency down the field.
yeah.
And
Well, I mean, now
it's starting to
I
be
would say this.
glaringly. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say I would say this. He's a lot. He's come a long way than where he was. Like I said, we all know last year that first game of the season, it was like hike the ball 1-2 panic. I gotta run. I gotta get rid of it. I do think his pocket presence, has been a lot better. I do think he does a good job of getting out of the pockets because I'm not gonna sit here and say that every pocket he get is completely clean. Okay,
No, no,
I'm
no,
not
not
gonna. Yeah,
no nobody.
every
Yeah,
pocket
yeah,
he
yeah,
get is not completely clean.
yeah. But they ain't
But
a quarterback. Then you can say they ain't a quarterback in the
yeah,
league. Yet,
yeah,
you
you're
know what I'm
right.
saying? That
You're
does
right.
that.
You
So I mean,
absolutely
come
right.
on now.
But
So
his decision making yesterday was just like dude, like you've got to be better than that. Because my thing is this, okay? After what we saw at the end of last year, and I know you don't feel the way I feel about the end of last year, okay? But I saw enough to be like, okay, if he can take this, continue this, and possibly improve on it, I think we'll be okay. All right, or we'll be going in the right direction. And it was just like all of that was put in a plastic bag and left out on the curb here in Charlotte for solid waste to pick up and did not travel down to Jacksonville.
well,
So
I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you that's who he is. And
I got
last
you, go.
game, y'all want to hop on last game? That was against Atlanta, a
Mm-hmm.
trash defense, you know,
Mm-hmm. Well, now
and a
I
rookie
said
quarterback.
this on the last. Yeah, I said this on the last one. Now I do not believe, and I said this on the last one. I said until I get a statement from Raheem Morris, his offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, GM, the owner, and all that good stuff, and get it notarized that say that we gave up because we knew we wasn't in the playoffs. I said
Hmm.
that last time. Now that's the only way I'm gonna believe that. I still think they went out there and they still played. But even still though, okay, I know Atlanta's defense was not that great, but the stuff that I saw, I honestly think we should have been able to translate that into this season against the Jaguars. At least on offense. At least on offense.
Hmm.
The defense was still up in the air because you didn't see anything better out of them the entire season as far as that run game. Okay. Now, mind you, I thought that, if we could stop the run and because I always call not Dave Canales, but Evero's defense parking lot defense. And I
Hmm.
get he's trying to not get he's trying not to give up the big plays and this and that and the third. But a lot of times last year, third down and short, the damn cornerback still playing, 8, 9, 10 yards off the ball. But I thought if we could somehow slow down another team from running so much on us, I was like, cool. This pass defense might be able to hold up and get their stuff together. Okay, and we saw it early on, in this game here. Okay, it's not like Trevor Lawrence went out there and threw for almost 400 yards like Josh Allen
Yeah,
did last
yeah,
night.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
but I said earlier he didn't have to. You know what I mean? He was relying on that run game. They're moving the ball, and the thing is, and the thing that frustrated me too, and I know it frustrated you as well. Okay, we turnovers. They capitalize on the turnovers. We get a turnover, we don't. But also, the kicker for Jacksonville kicked the ball out of bounds once and kicked it short of the zone for where the kickoffs got up, the kickoff landing zone. Kicked it short one time. We got the ball at the 40-yard line twice and didn't do a damn thing with it.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm
Didn't
saying.
do it.
See,
Didn't do a
you
damn thing
have to.
with it.
You the defense, no. And like I said, I don't know why everybody's surprised because I mean, just go and look at the defense. Just go look player for player at the defense, and I hope you're not expecting, the world because you're not gonna get it. So you
Mm-hmm.
got to have this offense to help them. So if anything salvageable out of this season is you got to have better offensive play, quarterback
Facts.
play
You got.
calling, this and that.
Yeah.
So if line play, whatever, they have to be damn near lights out. So
Yeah.
let's go there first,
Mm-hmm.
because I get because it's just week one, so you're trying to salvage the season. The offense has to be night and day better.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
defense to me right now, personnel wise, this and that. Um, I understand his scheme. I see what he's trying to do with the personnel that he's got. But
Mm-hmm.
that let me tell y'all, the defense, the rest of the year, the defense is not gonna help you. They may be one or
Nah.
two games sprinkling there or something like that, but this defense it is what it is. It's not gonna help you.
Yeah.
Like sitting there saying,
Yeah.
"Well, the defense shut somebody out." They're not gonna shut
Mm-mm.
nobody on this schedule out.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so.
that offense got to
And,
put
and,
up
and
20, at least 21.
yeah. And my thing is this too. And and I agree. I agree. And I know a lot of people are like, well, Derek Brown is back, it's going to be a difference. And I kept mentioning to everybody, I'm like, I know Derek Brown is back, you know, but we saw this game one of last year
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
Derek
Mhm.
Brown, and Alvin
Mhm.
Kamara laced us up for like 140 or
Yeah.
50 yards in
He's
in, in,
not
in
a
game one.
he's
You
not
know
a
what I
three
mean?
tech CJ, so he's not going to
Mm-hmm.
impact the game like that, like Chris Jones and you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
my boy from the Quentin Williams from the Jets and
Quentin
Dexter
Williams,
Lawrence
yeah.
and them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I
He's
got you.
a he's a run stuff and big cog that takes um two people to keep him out of that backfield. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
first of all, in them 3.5 seconds, he's got to shed a double team or split a double team. You see what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
got in the backfield a couple times, but I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, when they're doing their walkthroughs and all that stuff on the offensive line or whatever, and they said they're going to play the Carolina Panthers, it is a focus and a double team on Derek Brown. You understand what I'm saying? For that week.
Yeah.
So you think
Mm-hmm.
Derek Brown getting ready to get off and get you sacks and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tackles for losses on running backs and no, think again. That's not what's
Yeah.
going to happen because he's going to command the double team.
And I feel you on that one because I always go back to K1 Short and Starla Tulele. Starla
Yeah,
Tulele was getting them double teams and K1 Short was getting to the quarterback.
was
He
because
was getting
because
in there and he was
a
wrecking
one on
havoc.
one KK gonna
Mm-hmm.
win that. A one on one,
KK, yeah.
nobody got a chance against Derek Brown. So there's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
be one on ones with Derek Brown. Come on now,
Yeah.
it just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, but real
So
quick, hey, what's going on, Vietnam, man? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate you. He says, "What's up, CJ and Goat? CJ, I wanted to believe in Bryce so bad, man, but it's not to be. It's time to roll the dice on another QB." Hey, I said this earlier, man. I said this earlier. I'm giving. I'm giving this whole team, Bryce included, one more game. To me, this Arizona game is a must win. We can't start the season 0-2. We can't, man. We can't. They got to go out there and they got to go get this game in Arizona. I said earlier, I said, man, let me tell you, I said, we don't go out there and win in Arizona. I think I'm gonna start doing mock drafts on lives or start teaching people how to build computers or something.
Ooh,
I, I'm
Lord
I'm
knows.
telling you, man.
Already. Already.
I'm telling you, man, and
Yeah.
it's crazy because I've been sitting thinking about this all day, and I was just like, nah, man. I was like, I'm tired of this. Now, mind you, not saying that I'm not going to root for the kid. I'm gonna go out there every game he playing, and I'm be like, come on, Bryce, let's go out there, and let's get this shit done. But it's for me, it's just like, all right, it is what it is until it's not what it is, and if it's not gonna be what it is, then damn it, it's not gonna be what it is. So, yeah,
Well, I guess the talk will be a little different next week, and win or
mm-hmm.
lose. But
Yeah,
I mean, I guess everybody
I
just gonna see like you have to have that one more game, and this person got to have five more games, and this
yeah,
person wants them gone right now, and you know, it's
mm-hmm.
bad. And like I said, man, even coming like I said to the stadium and stuff like that, and you don't have that confidence in your guy, or what it is, it's that's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
bad. And people that
It's
say,
bad.
"Oh, that I preach the sky falling and this and that," but tell me where I've been. I've been just off or delusional or anything like that, and hey, and you got me. I own up
Yeah.
to it.
But
But
you know what
uh
don't go. It's that voice, dog. Yeah, y'all seeing y'all listening to the calm and tame go, and I appreciate you go. I
yeah, yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
you
yeah,
coming
yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate you coming over here talking. And doing. But boy, let me tell you, when you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and get over there on Black Cat Panther podcast, let me tell you, go be going the hell off.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So,
Yeah, buddy. Hey, and again,
yeah.
Fed, I appreciate you for that super chat, big dog. I appreciate you. All right. Well, let me go ahead and get on with this here. Okay, well, while I got you here, Goat. I don't know if you stick around. I got two more, well, one more slide after this one. Stock up. Okay. Anybody on this Panther squad that you felt like their stock rose in this game?
Tech McMillan, one thing,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, man, everybody in the world was thinking we went defense, and I thought what I'm saying, we did mess up, not getting the defensive players and stuff like that, but that he's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Once we get him, I gotta give him that
Go
ball
ahead and say it,
and get
Goat.
the
Go
other
ahere and say it.
another quarterback, another quarterback,
Okay,
another
just
quarterback,
go ahead.
another
Yeah, go
quarterback.
ahead and say it.
So
Yeah.
his stock, like I said, Scorton and those boys, they ain't ready yet, but they hung tough in there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else stocked that role. Josh Diamond, Neiman or whatever. I always pronounce his
Naaman.
name
Yeah,
wrong
Naaman.
because
You got it right. Naaman.
Not Yaman Diamond, whatever. Um, he wasn't no world beater or nothing like that, but I thought it was gonna be a turnstile. And somebody said he was a turnstile. Yes, no, he wasn't yesterday. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't. He was solid. He was solid. As a backup, that's what you want until Icky. And I actually got a chance to talk to Icky, like one on one, talk to him yesterday while he was out there
Mm.
warming up. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, you gonna he's like, nah, he ain't gonna play today or whatever. Cause I was like, yo, you ain't playing today, boy. I said, we need you for the rest of the season. Hey, like, nah, he just out there, going through
Mm-hmm.
some exercises and
Pre-game.
stuff like that. But yeah. But so yeah, I think Neiman did pretty good, for the fill in. That's
Yeah.
all you would expect for him, to be a swing tackle and be solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
So
feel
those
you.
three players right there for me.
Yeah, I can't I can't disagree with you on that one. I would say T Mac, JC as usual. Like
Hmm.
Revolutionary Poetry said, Chuba. I think Chuba went out there and was really doing his thing. I will even say this. I will even say this. I would say stock up on Hunter Renfro. Okay, because I do think he went out there, he ran his routes, he didn't get the ball. Okay, he got overthrown. He got underthrown on one ball. He got overthrown on another one, and then he got a hospital ball that folded him like a piece of damn bread.
He actually it
So
was two, CJ. It was two.
two of them.
The one you was talking about, and it was another one kind of like it was just like a curl route where he might have went about 7 and come back in the middle, and he got drilled, and it was high. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
As well, he
Yeah.
had to come off his feet. You know what I'm saying? And he got drilled. So it was two that he put
Mm-hmm.
him in harm's way. That
Yeah.
he didn't have to put them
King,
balls up so high.
look at your boy here go. King Jermaine. What's going on? Tell my son, what the
Yeah.
fuck we lying about today? Come on now, man. You barely come over here. That's the first comment I get from you, dog. Come on, bro. But what's going on with you, man? How you doing, dog? And I see a couple for Chuba here. Said Chuba stock way up. I agree. I agree. All right,
Yeah.
go one more. Stock down. Who stock down for you?
Stock down. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you already know Bryce stock was down for me
Yeah,
anyway, but it even went
yeah.
further down the bus. You know what I'm saying? Um, Stock down. Let me see. Let me go on the other side of that defense over there. Bobby, Turk,
Mm-hmm.
which it wasn't really high for me, but like it was 100% what I was thinking. I gave him a maybe. You know what I'm saying? But that stock
Yeah.
is down. Um, The rest of them boys kind of Mike Jack kind of solid, you know what I'm saying? The rest
Mm-hmm.
like Thornton, they are who they are, you know what I'm saying? So I can't
Yeah.
be, like 100% real bad on them. Even people want to you can't what can you say about JT Sanders? You know what I'm saying? We knew he wasn't a blocker like that, but he
Yeah.
caught most of the stuff he had to catch. I mean, that's what you want him to do as a tight
Mm-hmm.
end, and you utilize the end. I mean, so yeah, those guys right there, Turk Wharton, Bobby Brown, and Bryce.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna throw Bryce up there. His stock went way down for me yesterday. Um uh Nick Scott, his stock was already down for me. I don't think it really got no higher. But let me tell you, so the linebackers, I kind of had their stock leveled
Oh
off.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of had this stock leveled off because I wanted to see what the hell they were going to do. Let me tell you, if I was standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon right now with them in the bucket, I promise you, I kick that shit hard as I could
Yeah,
and
yeah.
send them
I
on
was
their
never
way.
up on them. Like
Whoo,
I tell me, I said, "How we start to run linebackers? We don't have no linebackers to speak
yeah,
of." So I really
we
didn't
ain't got
even
no
have
gap
they stock
control.
on it. Yeah, yeah. I really didn't even have they stock on the exchange, CJ. So you know what I mean. So
Say it
it
didn't
was
even make Wall
nobody.
Street.
It didn't even make Wall Street. SCP 500, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like we done
Oh my god, I like that's good. Go that's fine.
for
Oh,
real.
you fool, man. Hey, shout out to Flame for Jesus for the 10 gifted memberships, man. I appreciate you as always, Flame for Jesus.
No doubt,
And
Flame.
everybody that received a membership, welcome to the front office. And like I said earlier, I will have something coming for y'all in the video in the next day or two. And Flame for Jesus, as always, thank you. And go and let me tell you, I don't know. I don't know if y'all know Flame for Jesus or know his address or something. But somebody let me get this man address so I can send him something. You
Yeah,
know,
we got his address because I got a jersey going to him. Cause Flame is a
I
supporter, man. He's a supporter. Matter of fact,
what
we
what
ain't sent it out yet, Flame, but it's coming, brother. It's coming.
look
Sorry
well
about that.
look.
I've been out of
I
town.
w-
It's coming.
hey I will send this with
To
it.
go
Y'all
with the
let me know
jersey.
what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, and
Okay. Yeah,
I will
yeah,
send this with it. I certainly
yeah.
will, man.
I will.
I certainly
I get
will.
that out to you. I get that out to you. Q's got it. Actually, Q's got the
Yeah,
address, and I will send
I
that out
got
to
you.
you, CJ, so you can get that to him.
I appreciate that. Look, I got to send Flame one, and I got to send Mr. Hunky Dory one as well. I definitely got to get
Mm,
him one. But I talked to him offline, so I'll definitely get him one. But yeah, appreciate that. Go appreciate that. But
no
yeah,
doubt,
man.
no doubt. I
But
got
yeah,
you.
hey
Flame, big,
again,
big,
thank you, Flame.
nice
I
supporter, good
appreciate you.
supporter. Appreciate you,
Yeah,
Flame. No
sure do,
doubt we do.
sure do. All right, but yeah, but like I said, Bryce, the linebackers, Nick Scott, I'm not even gonna lie. And I know you say this goat, and I know you're gonna disagree. I'm gonna throw Evero and Canales on there, for this game too, because I didn't like neither one of them this game. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw the
As
entire
that,
defense on there.
yeah,
Go
as
ahead.
that, like I said, I can see what Evero's trying to do with
Mm-hmm.
what he's working with. Now he could. throw in some more blitzes and stuff like that. But I know the school that he comes from with Vic, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Vic
they
Fangio.
just yeah, they just don't
Mm-hmm.
do that. You know,
Yeah.
they ask their defense to be tough, hard nosed, and gritty. I mean, he had the success in Denver. Look at what he was playing with. You see what I'm saying? You come here
Yeah.
and you give him retreads and this and that, and
Mm-hmm.
the scheme's not gonna work here without top notch guys. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Without
Not
thoroughbred.
yeah. Not
It's
retreads. I'm
not.
gonna have to use that again.
Yeah,
Go to damn
yeah,
retread.
yeah, yeah. Retreads.
Hey, thank you, Flame for Jesus. Thank you for the $5 super chase. I told you about those linebackers, CJ. One day, someone will hear this 60-year-old man. I heard you. I
Yeah.
heard you. I heard you. I heard you. Hold on. What is this? Eagles traded for Tank Bigsby? Really? Oh shoot.
Did it? I don't know. I don't know. I got to check that out because
Yeah.
he did his thing yesterday too.
Damn sure did. Damn sure. And you know he was the leading rusher for them last season. He had
Hmm
760 something yards, and ETN had
He got
I
hurt
think
though.
it was
ETN got hurt though. He back
okay.
now.
Okay,
Y'all seen
gotcha.
that yesterday. He back now.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
ETN was hurt last year.
Yeah. But look,
See,
why
that's
no
the
no I
tone
don't know who
setter. That's what make Trevor Lawrence look a little, a little better and do this and do that.
mm-hmm.
And now they got Brian Thomas and see that's what Brian Thomas had almost 1,100, 1,200 some yards. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they went to him.
Yeah.
Now you got somebody that can help him out a little bit in Hunter. And hey man, the Jaguar, I ain't saying the Jaguars world beaters are man, they so good and this and that. Cause with competent QB play yesterday, we could have hung with them or probably kept it, competitive. But
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
you
you.
can't excuse man no offensive output. I just don't understand how some of them guys is doing that today. I just don't understand how they're doing it. I even
Yeah.
come out their
Oh,
mouth to even say it wasn't this guy's fault or the defense and I just don't understand
I got you.
when you get that
Hey,
type
so
of production.
the Eagles are trading for Jaguars running back Tank Bigsby in return for a 5th and 6th rounder next year. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Damn.
Okay.
That's a pretty good damn deal for Philly. Mm.
No doubt.
Oh,
But
yeah. All right.
CJ, I'm gonna have to get out of here on you. I'm just getting back from Jacksonville, and
Okay,
I'm gonna
man.
stop and get something to eat to take to the house, and we're gonna call it a day.
Hey, go as always, man. I definitely appreciate you, big dog. Definitely appreciate you.
No doubt, man. Good show. I appreciate you, and everybody out there in the chat. We watch the game tonight, and I'll be around sometime in the morning.
10-4, man. All right, be safe,
No
go.
doubt.
Thank you, bud.
All right, buddy.
All right, now. All right, cool beans. Oh, okay. Probably because Will Shipley got hurt. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I didn't know Shipley got hurt. Okay, I got you. All right. Well, cool beans, everybody. That is my show for this evening. A couple takes if you're just joining. The Panthers were miserable yesterday. They looked terrible. They shot themselves over and over in their own feet. And okay, it was a bad game, all around. Bryce got to play better. Okay. My thing is this. I think the Arizona game is a must win. Okay. It is for me, it is a must win. If they come out here and go 0-2, like I said, I might start doing mock drafts. I might I'm still talk Panther football, but I might start adding in some segments where, I teach y'all how to put a computer together, teach you how to get on here and make your own podcast show, something like that. Something like that. So we we will see. Oh, look at this one. I was wondering where you gonna be at, talking about something well. I was waiting on you, Boston. I was waiting on you. I said, I know he gonna be in here tonight somewhere. Yeah, man. But hey, I'm just it's so frustrating being a Panthers fan, and it's been that way, for so long. And like I said, I'm not going to be that person that says Bryce is the absolute reason for everything that's going wrong with the Panthers, but he's got to do something. Okay, he's got to do something to make me get on here and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, and they said believe in him, but he's trending in the right direction. I thought he was trending in the right direction, but this game right here yesterday, I'm just like, nah. That whole he made a U-turn and went wherever the hell back he came from. You know what I mean? And that ain't what it is. And as Panther fans, you know, like I said, and that's across the board. We deserve more. We definitely deserve more from this team, from this offense, from this defense, from this quarterback, from these coordinators. We deserve more for everybody. Yeah, yeah, Shepard. Yeah. Let me tell you. You know that little meme where the little baby, the little white baby come down the hallway and do one of these and go whoop and turn around and run backwards. Yeah, that's what we did yesterday. Oh yeah. Yeah, yes, sir. Yep. But yeah, hey, appreciate you, CJ, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, man, you know, and like I said, I got to call it what it is. I got to call it how I feel it. Okay, you know, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I ain't root for. I'm definitely going to root for him. I want him to go out there and do good, but I got to see something before I get on here and be like, yeah, we gonna do this and we gonna do that and we gonna do this. Yeah. And then they said, when is the next show? I am probably going to do a preview Saturday. Do preview Saturday so that way I can get Big Cuz to come on here and join me. And if the spirit moves me, if I do another live, it'll probably be Wednesday. And I'll probably get on here and we might take a look at some film. Okay. And depending on all y'all that are members, please keep an eye out for a member video that I should have out tomorrow. And then, you know, we might be able to do that live stream as a members live, you know, on another platform. So y'all just keep an eye out for that. But everybody in the chat, I thank y'all for hanging out with me. Good thing is I'm gonna get y'all out of here before Monday Night Football come on. And we're gonna, like I said, hopefully, I hope no Bears fans in the chat. You know, nothing personal, but you know, I'm hoping the Vikings defense can win me this fantasy football game. Okay, so I hope the Bears get the crap beat out of them tonight. All right, but yeah, but as always, y'all, I thank y'all for all the love and the support. And on your way out, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. You can find me on all social media at ArmchairGMCJ. And I'm sorry, but Flame for Jesus, thank you for another $5 super chat. Said we keep putting band-aids on this defense instead of fixing it. So hey, everybody, ready to draft another wide receiver. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I can't sit here and say that I was, you know, mind you, I think Ted McMillan is going to be a great player. I think he's going to be a great player for us. But I did think that we were going to go defense, you know, with that first pick. Even last year, okay, we got Jonathan Brooks. I don't mind Jonathan Brooks. They managed him poorly. You know, he probably should have stayed out the whole season last year, and he might be playing now. I was eyeing Edgerrin Cooper when they picked Jonathan Brooks. You know what I mean? So it's been times where I felt like, yeah, we have picked offense over this defense, and I think now it is it's biting us in the ass. It's biting us in the ass big time. But yeah. But hey, Flame for Jesus, thank you, man. Again, I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But all right, everybody. As always, I'm going to leave y'all with 3 things. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, Panther Nation, I'm gonna still say this. Keep pounding, man. I'll see you.